Hey guys, it's review number 50 by the way, for real this time. I guess that means I have to do something big. I know last time I tried reviewing Bruticus horribly. I'm not going to do that again. But instead of reviewing 5 toys at once, I'm going to review 10! Basically, I'm just going to show you all the Megazord action figures that I've collected over the couple years. So, I might as well start with packaging. You've probably already seen this, but this package is the current package for the Megazord figures. Posable Legendary Megazord warning. Just the 2 in this line. Some other figures. I still have the one for the Wild Force Megazord, which if you watch my last vlog you'll know about. You should go watch it anyway. And the old packaging from Megaforce. This one happens to be for the Gokaiger Ultimate Megazord. There's the Collect 'em All. And Armored Knight Robo Knight, who I'll talk about some other time. But I'm just going to go through them all one by one. Here we have the Dino Megazord, or just the Megazord. And boy, have I got the story to tell about him. Now, as you can see, his arm is broken, and his waist doesn't move anymore. Because I got this guy a long time ago. I also, if you want to notice, I think the shield looks pretty good. But what happened, I got him out of the package, and I started playing with him, and he immediately fell in half. Just right away, just ripped in half. This skirt is actually 2 different pieces. There's the front piece and the back piece, so I had to glue the back piece to the legs, the top piece, or the front piece to the back piece, and the torso to the skirt. So that's why he has no articulation here anymore. But also you can see his arm just fell off. It's just like, it just broke right there. And also his sword, the handle broke off. So I've gone through a lot just to keep this guy. I want to get a new one eventually. As you can see, it's a nice, highly posable, stylized version of the original Megazord from that show we all love. And so you some nice detail. Very nice head sculpt. Very nice large horns. Not. I wish the head were a bit wider to be more like the Megazord over there in that box. But overall, it's very nice. Shoulder pads. Of course, you got the Pteranodon, or pterodactyl chest, the blue and yellow leg. But the main point of these figures is articulation. His head is on a ball joint. Very easy to pop it off and pop it back on. The shoulder is on a joint here. No outward movement, but this one has outward movement. So this arm is for, in one piece could go 360. Excuse me. This one did not have an elbow joint, but this one does have an elbow joint. It's very tight. You got, of course, this. You can just peg this in, and the shield is on a peg in a hole. And his wrist doesn't move, but the sword holding wrist did move. Hips on ball joints, so you can go forward. The skirt is soft plastic, so it can get out of the way. Forward and back, in and out, some nice rotation. Very nice range of motion on the knee. And you've got a little bit of forward and backwards foot motion. And just again, some nice detailing on the legs. It hits all the cues it's supposed to. On the back, no paint. That's obviously the Tyrannosaurus tail with the mastodon parts on them. So next, going older, we have this guy, the Turbo Rescue Megazord. This was a toy I had as a kid and I loved. I had the big version of him. So when I found him at a village, I had to get him. He's very nice. He's probably the original release. He's very old, very blocky. But all the details, again, are here. You can see all the individual Zords. The blue for the thighs and the bottom of the waist for number 2. Number 1, the fire truck. Articulation, head can rotate, shoulder can rotate, and knee can bend a bit. But I just like having this guy because he's old and he reminds me of my childhood. On the back, nothing. Some nice detail though. I believe that's supposed to be the police vehicle. Now, speeding up, we have this little guy from the RPM line, the Microzords line, I believe. And he's basically just a very tiny version of the Deluxe Megazord. He can do everything the big one can, including separate into 3 vehicles. So, take the backpack off, which can be used as a shield, but yeah. I've never done it, but apparently it just pegs in. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just pegs in like so. You can see square peg in his hand. Oh, so talk about each Zord individually first. Here we have the there we go. Eagle Zord, Eagle Racer. It's very nice. Again, it's just a small version of the Eagle Zord that you get if you bought the Deluxe, except with kibble. Blatant visible hand syndrome. Hey, he matches my shirt. So yeah, just transformation is just peg and holes. And technically, since you can technically do this, the combination with 4, 5, and 6. Forget the names, but no. There's that. Articulation is just shoulder joint in and out, and his head can pop up. But it's very nice. Here we have the Bear Crawler, I believe, Bear RV. Yeah, it's a little bear crawler. Molded wheels, nice eyes. That's all you need to really know. Blue peg, hole in the bottom. And of course the shield just pegs in. And then you've got the lion hauler. I forget its name in Japan. But it's very nice. Again, doesn't roll, but it has a nice face, nice detail, and on the bottom, legs. So you just split the legs and then drop them. Whoops. And then just put his face as the crotch and attach. And there you've got your Valve Max Megazord. High octane. Engine O. There he is. And he's very nice. I find myself just separating them and playing with them and then putting them back together, which is the fun. I wish I could have gotten more from this line. You can combine them. I wish I could do that. for articulation in his legs. He can go about that more. Oh, hollow bits. Getting more modern. We return to the line with the Gokaiger Megazord. It's very nice. It's the only action figure size version of this guy available. I have the big deluxe one over there. But it's very nice. Again, the Megazord figures are a very stylized version. But you can see everything's here. Got the sword akin to the Japanese instead of the crappy American one we got. And he's a very nice action figure. Articulation wise, his head is on a ball joint. This panel can actually pop off. It's on a peg. And then this shoulder can pop off, which is just on a slider. Just removing them because it's easier to get the joints. Shoulders, nice range of motion, in and out. Bicep swivel. You can't see most of that, but there we go. In and out. Bicep. 90-degree elbow. And hand articulation, which is nice. It doesn't hold the sword very well. It just goes in there and boom, and it's out. Waist joint. He has a waist joint. Hips. Go forward. Go back. You can go in and out. Nice swivel. Knee. And foot. So very similar to the Mighty Morphin Megazord, except with better arms. That's him. Just get a nice look at him. No paint on the snake or tiger, which is a bummer, but oh well. And then the Gokaiger Megazord, which is pretty awesome. Again, very stylized. Articulation's the same. I'm not going to go over it, except he looks more like a general. Just he has actual fists. Of course, these can come off. Yeah, same articulation. And some nice molding on the back of his head, akin to his headmaster heritage. I'm not going to talk about articulation much anymore. Nice gold claws. Some nice silver down there. And that's the Gokaiger. Who are we going to next? Next one. Zeo. This guy I picked up a while back in my last trip to the States in about 2011. That's what the sun has done to my Dino Megazord. It has faded all the color away from his back. I did not notice that until just now. And even the back of his head is just going pink. But this guy's very nice. I was very happy to have a representation of the Dino Megazord. Honestly, when I first got this guy, I didn't even realize he was part of the Zeo line. The Super Dino Megazord was the only Megazord I could remember. Of course, his wings pop off. His giant shoulder pads pop off. Articulation's the same, except no elbow joints this time. And that, oh, this joint, this wrist doesn't move. But no, it's very nice. Comes with this sword. Very soft plastic, as you can see by the bend to it. Like a little banana. And this guy is, I still like him. I'm glad I picked him up when I could, because these guys go for ridiculous prices nowadays. And you can see the legs. Nice silver paint and gold. The pink and yellow stripes. The green there. and the red head. Following along with him is a Mystic Force Titan Megazord, and I'd say this guy's about my second favorite, mostly because of the wings. I mean, look at that god damn wingspan. And the fact that he has spikes on his feet. I just love that. Again, articulation is pretty much the same as the Zeo. No elbows. The shoulder pads don't come off, but the wings pop off if you want to give him a non-winged look. There's some nice paint on one side, but not on the other. Nothing on the back, but some nice silver thighs. This one's permanently in like a hook position, as if I don't know what he's doing. Head. This one is just a straight arm and has wrist rotation in that kind of really weird hook kind of position. Some nice paint apps on his front though. You got all the pink in the appropriate spot, the red, the green, the blue. Nothing on the back, but articulation is the same. Head on ball joint, shoulder, bicep, hip, knee, toe, and that's your lot. Although his sword is nicely painted in silver, has some nice molded in detail. Again, soft plastic bent like a little banana. I got too many bananas. And becoming more modern, we have Gokaiger Ultimate, who I was waiting to get a hold of before I did this review. And he's very nice. I think Gokaiger Ultimate is my favorite Megazord out of the Megaforce line. Over there. And it was very nice to get an action figure version of him. Of course, he comes with his weapons, as my camera blacks out. His two little sword dealies, which aren't painted, and I think are in a better scale here than the deluxe one. And of course, they've still pegged together to form the crossbow type thing. You can do this motion. You can hold one in each hand as I drop one, and it can still totally look like a gun sword. And detail wise, everything here is very nice. You got a really small head, but it's still nicely detailed. The gold in his torso is nice, and I'm glad they include the little blades on his hands, which is a nice touch. Again, the shoulder pads are removable if you so desire, and they have some nice red paint on them. And articulation's the same. Well, this became the standard from articulation after the Megaforce line. Head, of course, on a ball joint. Shoulder can go in and out, forward and backwards, 360. Elbow, no bicep, but he does have a wrist and elbow, which I can forgive. Ah, damn. Waist joint, knee, hips, forward and backward, in and out, and some toe. Very nice guy. If you can find him for cheap, pick him up. I picked him up on Amazon for a few bucks. Of course, if you've seen my unboxing, you already know about this guy and the next guy, the Wild Force Megazord, which originally in the days of RPM, which was 2008 I believe, this guy along with this guy and the RPM Megazord were released as part of the Super Legends line, and then this is just a straight re-release of that figure. Nothing changed. Articulation is very hindered, so I'll get to in a second. Detail is very nice. You can see the bull right there, the wildcat and the shark for hands, the lion chest, and even the eagle for the mane of the lion. Nothing that says where the head of the eagle is, but the head's very nice, if not the face being a bit small and overly spiky. Articulation, as I said, is very limited. His head, of course, is on a ball joint, but it's so big. Shoulder joint, and then an elbow. And unfortunately, due to the design of the Wild Force Megazord, he can't have straight arms. So you can have him like this. He does have a wrist joint though, which is alright. But unfortunately he can just do that, which means he's not good for sword poses. But here is his sword. It's very nice, the shark blade. Some nice silver going down the blade, nice metallic blue. There's a metal flake finish. I don't know if you can see it, to the blue plastic, which is nice. Again, nice paint. He's got a waist joint. He's got hips, forward and backwards, in and out. Everyone has this same exact hip joint, knee, and no toe motion. And due to the angle of his toes, I don't know if you can see this, you can see it curves upwards. So he can't stand flat because he's just going to fall on his face. So toe movement would have helped on this guy. And then we come to the last one, by far my favorite, is Gokaiger. This guy looks amazing. Everything's here. You got the Gokaiger bits for shoulder cannons. Of course his pirate hat. The nice Gokaiger symbol. I'm going to use Gokaiger instead of Super Mega Force because just the concept of Super Mega Force is kind of stupid. It should have been its alone, standalone season without the Mega Force Rangers. Of course you have my favorite way to store swords, by the hips. And again, similar to the Gokaiger Great Megazord, this is removable. This is removable. It's on a L block peg, so it just pegs in there nicely. Remove the other one. It's funny, you can have them in this kind of look if you want, so these don't get in the way of articulation very much. Well, of course they get in forward up motion, but you can do this motion, which is, I like that it keeps the illusion of the shoulder there. Of course you've got swords. You can actually wield them out of this position I have them in. Due to his articulation, you could just pink and have him having the backward sword stance. But I'll get the swords out of the way in a second. This guy by far is the best posability. Everything's here, nothing's hindered. And just, I would have liked some white here, some more accurate coloring. But the black's fine. Nice pink and yellow there. And nothing on the back, but the wheel is molded in. Steering wheel. This guy's skirt is obviously the best because it doesn't get in the way at all. It's just a molded piece onto the leg. Waist joint. You can even see the texture of the hair. And overall, this is my favorite piece in this line, and I'm very happy to have them. Is there anything else? I think that about wraps up review number 50. Yay! So, his swords. I almost forgot his swords. Some nice gold paint there, handle. He can wield them. Unfortunately, they have to be an angle due to his thumb. So, you can have them like this. And my favorite poses are twin swords poses. And these are soft plastic, but they're a lot stronger than, say, this thing. And yep, just whooshing. I love this guy. But that, I think, about wraps up this. If you've stuck through 25 minutes, high five me through the screen and promise me you'll go pick up a couple of these guys, because they are worth your time. So that about is all I have to say. As always, if you like this video, like, subscribe please, I need the help, comment, favorite, check out my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, check out my Facebook if you want, the links will be in the description, and I will see you on the other side of 50. Bye!